Hey yo, ADR, this is King Black coming at y'all again with another one. In this video, I want to talk about rent prices. I mean, I know y'all thinking, well, he already said in another video that he owns his own house now, so why is he talking about the rent? Well, it's very important because this housing market is still crazy, right? For those of you out there trying to buy a house, y'all seen it over the past year. It's just been bidding war after bidding war, giving up, having to, do some crazy things just to get a house, right? Well, I want to talk about, man, the rise in rental prices, right? So the spot that I was at before I got my house, I was paying $1,600 a month, all right? And I live in a major metro area because I know some of you have like $1,600 a month. I could rent a pretty nice house like that. But here, we're talking about $1,600 a month. Got you a 800 square feet box, right? When I moved out in 3 months, in 3 months, I checked back the website and the leasing office just to know because I've noticed prices increasing everywhere else and things like that. So I was just curious to look back at where I was living at to see what the going rate is. And what I saw shocked me, man. When I looked at the website, it said for a 12 month lease, all the way through 15 months, because this particular property management group, you can do, basically everything from 8 months all the way through like 16 months. Even if you did 15 or 16 months, the price was still the same, which was crazy. You would think that the longer you're willing to stay, the more of a discount they'd be willing to give, but not these people, right? So, anyways, $1,600 a month from where I was staying at before I got my house. I looked back 3 months later, so I left in March. I looked around June, beginning of July. It was already at $1,900 a month, and there are people out there willing to pay that. And this is the craziness of the housing market because if you know everybody's trying to get their own spot. Everybody's trying to get their own space. Everybody's trying to move out the apartment buildings and go into a little bit less crowded areas, right? So these smaller apartment buildings, these major metropolitan areas and stuff with all of this telework that's going on, has led to a major demographic shift. You got a lot of people moving in from out of state because they can work from home. They ain't got to worry about going back to the office, and even if they got to present themselves, they can always do Zoom meetings or whatever, what have you, right? So in this area, for the rent to go up $300 in 3 months is insane. That's $100 a month increase per month. You know what I'm saying? And that's just for the rent. And in that particular place, okay, well, water and trash was included, but that's it. You're paying your electricity. You still got to pay your car. You still got car insurance. You still got XYZ. You know what I'm saying? So, by no means are you living like you know, like royalty unless you're making that money. Unless you're making it six figures. And even then, I don't know if you want to be paying $1,600 or $1,900 now for 800 square feet. But the main reason for that, besides the craziness of the housing market and the demand and all this stuff, and now what's going on overseas and the people coming over here, right, to the settling down in the East Coast, so they got to put them somewhere, right? So that's going to increase rent prices even more because the people that are coming from over there, we're talking about recent events, not going to say the specific thing, coming to the East Coast, some of these nonprofits, are going to be subsidizing housing, right? So that just drives up the rent. So think about that. $300 a month increase in 3 months. And there were still no units available. You know what I'm saying? The time that I checked, there was one. I look back on there now, there ain't none. They're all booked up. with none of them becoming available until about 2022. So my point is, life is getting more expensive. And I don't know if y'all have noticed it where you live. If you did, leave a comment down below and let me know the average rent increases you guys are seeing. How much per month more? Especially since some of these smaller landlords are getting burned by tenants who unfortunately haven't been able to pay their rent in a year and a half, right? And this moratorium kind of slowed things down, but now it makes you wonder, are these landlords increasing the rent because of supply and demand? Or is it to try and recoup? They're trying to screen their tenants better and try to recoup some of those losses by increasing the rent for the new people coming in. And then as the leases end for the current tenants, boot them out and then screen and get higher income individuals to move in there. Gentrification, you know what I mean? So how's it in your side of the world, you know what I mean? Because as far as I know, it's been going on everywhere. It's crazy. I mean, my house payment now is less than what I was paying for rent. So, hey, it was a smart decision for me, even if I paid 10% more than the person that bought this house before me did, right? In a span of a year and a half. Well, anyways, ADR, this is King Black. Just want to make this video because it's been a minute. I miss y'all guys. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the watches. I appreciate the positivity. You know, a lot of my haters out there expect me to be like acting a fool, like 6ix9ine, or pulling some like Chief Keef kind of shit out. I mean, stuff out here. But I already told y'all that's too easy. It's a lot harder to be a gangster and live right, to be a Latin king and live right, to still be free after this many years, to not have any prison stories to tell because I ain't never been in there because I ain't done nothing stupid enough to get caught. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out there doing some illicit activities. I'm out there working hard legally so I can carry legally, so I can just be me legally. I ain't gotta be watching over my shoulder for law enforcement. I only gotta be watching over my shoulder for, people who don't think the same as me. ADR, King Black.